one bid. So they've just opened it.
Oh, for lawn mowing.
You know,
It's not too bad, really.
Yeah,
S and S.
so if it's after 6 o'clock, so we'll open the meeting, or did you already?
We already opened it.
We already opened.
You are late.
You are good.
We already opened.
So this is buildings and grounds, right?
Yes.
Where's it located on this sheet? Is it way down at the bottom?
Oh, it's on there somewhere.
Oh, there it is. I found it. We got the liquor one. I think that's it. For more.
Man,
Mhm. Mhm.
Does do we include the mowing in, do you still mow the, highway department?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, here's what's going.
this is for the courthouse grounds, Cumberland County Sheriff's Department grounds, Cumberland County building grounds, and Cumberland County Annex building grounds.
Don't think about that.
Does it say health department?
Mm-hmm.
It says Cumberland County grounds, building grounds, so.
Oh, I guess that comes under that. Like, that's lawn care, huh? So lawn mowing we do once a week, huh?
I think it's just per service, but basically once a week.
Well, that varies.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need more than once a week, sometimes you don't need it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that would vary. Trim, shrub, landscaping, each service. Each time they do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then snow removal by the hour.
Theoretically, probably wouldn't take, just depending on how bad it is.
Snow and ice removal, basically throw a little salt out. Icy roads, icy sidewalk. And you have snow and you have snow removal then.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be by the hour. Okay, well, we're not gonna talk about this, we're not gonna vote on this at the county board meeting tonight. It's not on the agenda.
Yep.
So, the next meeting, we may decide to wait and see. And we've got a service doing it right now, and we don't have to change right now. And wait till 6 months down the road, I don't know. So, whatever you think, do some thinking on it. So. Okay, so.
Is that the only thing on the buildings and grounds? Do we get somebody to do the shrubs?
Next
By the
month-
courthouse?
Yeah.
That's due by the 18th.
Okay.
Next month we'll vote on that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you'll open on the 21st. We'll have 4 o'clock buildings and grounds meeting on the 21st
Of July,
of July.
and we'll see what that does. I'd like to get that done, so it'll be middle of August before we. Okay. Building grounds also, I've also got something here. Just hand to me. Henderson Plumbing. We have a problem with that one gutter system at the courthouse.
Yeah.
That side is broke.
One that goes out to the street.
Yes, it
Yeah.
goes north.
Yeah.
And they want to dig it up and repair it. The broken gutter, the drain pipe, and snake out the gutter pipe so it's clean, but it's missed as it went rain or it comes back out of it. So there is a problem. So I suggest we go ahead and have this guy do the job. It needs to be done.
When he's done,
You have that envelope this came in.
What's this here?
you know,
This is that.
When I put the drain pipe, when I
That's-
put the-
He was the plumber in town.
Or just one
We all
takes a
look at
while
one.
to come around.
Ken was on
Is that your milk and clothes, or do you go golfing today?
them dairy guys go golfing 2 or 3 times a week.
I'm nothing this morning. I don't know what's the name.
Okay, I'll try.
He was
it.
on-
Who
I
does?
don't know what's.
Oh, okay.
He's the boss now.
Say,
CEO don't want to get too
the
dirty.
CEO doesn't have to do that twice a day, does he? Now, I got a question. When time changes, do you change time?
No. Brad, we usually change it half on.
See, Keeney's down there, Casey, they don't, they stay on Indiana time all year round.
Anything else on this opening the bids?
You guys still milking it?
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he's still milking.
Any other comments on this, bid we got for the lawnmower? Any other comments or questions?
No, not this time.
We're gonna
I
wait
don't
and
have any
see.
comment at this time now.
Okay, that's a.
So will you present this at the August meeting?
I think we should.
In the August meeting, we'll talk about it.
Yep.
Maybe decide, maybe we won't, I don't know.
Yep.
Okay,
I think that bid right there on that drain's probably
I'll work on it.
we probably ought to
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. I
Yeah.
will,
do it.
I will, yeah. I will see if it gets done quickly. Okay? Okay.
Who submitted the bid?
Hey, what?
Henderson?
Henderson?
No, not that.
Which
That's-
bid?
That's something else.
What bid you talking about?
The mowing bid and,
Oh,
Oh, it was S&S
S&S.
okay.
Lawn care.
Lawn Care. Sorry.
Henderson bid on the fixing the drain for the courthouse.
We really
Okay.
hadn't advertised for bids for that though, have we?
No, that don't make any difference.
No, it was just, we just wanted somebody to do it.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. Okay. Okay, that is enough for this building grounds committee?
And technically it's under $1 amount, so you'd be all right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of the committee meeting for building grounds. What's the next meeting?
Not till 6:30, be the liquor committee.
We have a solar.
Liquor.
Liquor license. I can't keep up.
I'm not on this one.
Okay, first thing here,
Muddy Bottoms.
Muddy Bottoms applying for a liquor license, $2,000, this is an annual
To renew.
renewal. And David Altmeyer.
He might be here, but maybe not.
Okay, yes. Okay. He did a background check, but we do not have the results of his background check back yet. So we may have to prove this on, whenever we get this, whenever we get his background check. Okay, go ahead and look at it.
We've done that before where we've
Yeah.
went ahead and voted on it in contingents that the background check come back good.
Didn't we have to have a background check to get one to begin with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta do it every
annual.
You gotta do one every year.
Yeah, I get it. Who's that?
That's Emery.
Oh,
That's Emery from the
I
solar.
don't know. I need to make it. My money getting that ain't good. Get myself one of these days, I'm in trouble.
I remember faces, I can't remember names. It's the worst silver I get.
Yeah, it's getting, people I've known 50 years ago, I know them. There's some people I just met last week. I can't.
Hi, lady and gentlemen.
Hi, Gary.
Is this mine?
His
I don't know.
How are you?
also
Sure.
do.
Okay. Video game.
Clear as mud. Just, yep.
Good, how you doing?
Hey,
Okay, video gaming for sale company.
Hmm? 6:30?
That's a 6:30.
Well, that one's a little fast. I haven't climbed up the ladder to fix it.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure it wasn't raining out. Okay.
Screw always comes out of the wall and it's like, just leave it.
Right, twice a day. No, that's
Maybe tomorrow if I think about it. So yeah, so his video gaming is
This is for
also,
the video gaming.
it just happens to renew right a day apart.
Hey, thanks for stepping in the other day and speaking that up.
So you did the right thing. I talked to him about it, and keep it short, but that didn't.
Yeah.
We got the job done. That's amazing.
Well, anytime you want us to not leave stuff out, I think you got pulled by 3 different people that basic, just the bare minimum. Because that guy that got up there, going in, it's like, keep adding to the confusion.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this big investment. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but it doesn't factor into our decision.
Right.
Do you need to discuss?
She still got teeth or she got stuff?
Okay.
I think we can discuss because it's just discussion.
I don't think she would have.
It's probably more than $150.
how much is it?
2,000.
Yeah.
2,000.
We get percentage of it back though too, in taxes.
Okay, that's okay, guys, one other thing. Cumberland County Fair wants to have a liquor license. They're gonna have a winery from Coles County come in and sell alcohol at their fair. 1 day, 2 days. They want a Class E license, which is a Class E is a not-for-profit. My first thing I told, well, you're not not-for-profit, you don't qualify for this license.
That's what he was telling the winery. They're not.
Right.
Well, come find out, Bonnie Holsapple called and said that they are a not-for-profit. We realize fair is a not-for-profit, 501c, that's what it's told me. I guess she's right.
Yep.
So they probably would qualify for this. They want to have this winery come in from Coles County and sell at the fair. First, I guess I got thinking about, we read what our license is, and I think we could probably give them a license for 2 days, 2 licenses, 2 days.
Does the This is my question is, so if the county fair gets the e-license, correct?
Mhm.
They can bring somebody in order to,
That's the thing, the ordinance is silent on that. It doesn't say you
Okay.
can, doesn't say you can't.
okay, that's fine. I just didn't want it to say something in there that says, hey, they cannot do that. I just don't want it to come back on us and
It don't
3,000
say-
other people come in and say,
They don't say either way,
Who would
so.
have to get the background checks for the fair? Everybody on the board or?
The way the statute reads is an owner or operator.
One of the board members good enough? That's what they said. One of the board members of the fair would get a background check. Then they will be cleared for the background. And then there's a company who come in from Coles County and sell alcohol. They want two permits, 2 days, 24, each one's a 24-hour license. So they want 2 days, Friday and Saturday. First, I talked to the winery, they said they went up for August 15th. And then I got talking to Bonnie Holtzapfel a week or two later, and Bonnie said, we went for 2 days. Well, I didn't know that. So then I called this winery back. Well, they want you for 2 days. Well, I didn't know that. A little communication problem there. But anyway, you guys have a problem with that? Otherwise, I think I'll give permission to give my license, the Class E license for.
Well, they'll have to do an application and background check before you,
Well, I'll get that done.
right? Is that correct?
Right. So we kinda,
But you can tell them, I mean, that, hey, look, the board's behind you. But they will still, just like any other time, will have to apply and you guys will have to approve the
Right.
application.
okay, so at the next board meeting, they'll have to have their background check done, and then we'll approve it at the next board meeting, which is on about the 12th, and then on the 16th, they want it on a weekend.
okay,
So if you don't have a problem, I'm gonna go ahead and tell them, give them the go ahead, okay?
So it says, the application must be signed by a duly authorized agent of the club or corporation.
okay. So that can be the secretary or the treasurer that can sign.
Agent.
Board member, someone.
Yeah, I know where they're going with it. Their concern would be the president of the board having to do
They don't want him to
So-
have to do it.
it. Yeah.
What's the background check?
I doubt it.
I don't think.
So that's why.
That man know more than anybody. He ain't saying a word.
Yeah, I've never dealt with him, actually.
Yeah,
So
so-
that's why
Lucky.
they named different individuals on his background check.
Would our regular application be okay? Right?
Fill it out, just have them fill it out the best they can, and if there's something that, it says business, just mark it out, but not for profit.
Yeah, 'cause he has to.
Does it?
Character of the business, length of time, the amount of goods. Any statements that can do that, I guess. If they own the premises for which they're applying for a license or that they have a lease thereon.
Does the E cover everything or is it just wine?
Beer and wine.
Beer and wine?
Oh. Well, hold on.
And hold on a second here,
I
so,
don't think so. It says liquor consumption.
under paragraph U, it says that the applicant shall not allow on the premises for which a license is sought any
Oh, business.
person who is engaged in business activities to be an independent contractor and shall only allow persons on the premises engaged in business activities to be either hourly and or salary employees of the business shall not otherwise be in compliance with all local, state, and federal laws. So I guess it depends on how they're contracting with the wine company, because that's obviously kind of what you were talking about. Can you get a liquor license and bring somebody in? Somebody else in to sell the alcohol.
Because I mean, that place obviously would have their own liquor license.
Yeah,
They
they're.
would have to
Yeah.
work off on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but that's kind of like what we had discussed with the winery in west of town here. That was their premise. They were going to have their liquor license, but they had to have one in their county before they go these other places.
This is
So,
the deal.
yeah.
And this says owner or manager, so still an agent would be okay. Yeah, so what do you do with that U? Paragraph U.
It would depend on, so thing is, it would depend on like how they're gonna contract with the winery. Are they gonna keep them like an independent contractor? Anybody who's concerned about liability would,
Yeah.
because obviously you're selling alcohol, that's a high liability business.
Right.
So I wouldn't want to subcontract him. I would, but you know, and I was talking to Floyd, you know, really it goes back to the intent of the original Class C license. Because if I remember right, it was like a parish or something like that, that had a fish fry and sell beer. And then, you know, I thought, well, what if they came to us and said, well, we're gonna have Ron Ketty come in and they're gonna distribute beer. I don't think anybody would have had a problem with that. That's essentially what fair is doing. They're bringing winery in to sell the wine.
Right.
You know, we don't stop alcohol, we're just doing it for one day, which is
Right.
kind of the idea. So really, it doesn't read hard one way or the other, so it really just depends on
Yeah, I mean, just as long as if it's vague enough to where it doesn't really state one way or the other.
What about the surety bond?
how everything is.
They'll have to do everything.
Yeah, for sure.
They're
CYA.
applying for a liquor license just like anybody else. They would have to
Have that also.
Very bond.
Show their liability insurance.
Surely they have all that stuff already, I would think.
But here it says, this is employees. Us as a person. Any person who applies for a license shall not have on their premises any person or persons who are engaged in business as independent contractors and shall have only individuals who are engaged in business on the premises be either salary or hourly employees of the license holder. License holder shall provide proof of the liquor commissioner to the liquor commissioner upon request. Proof of compliance with this subsection. Have enough contagious diseases.
I don't know. Okay.
Or do they have to have a beer garden, a fence around so they don't walk all over the fairgrounds or anything?
Nothing in our statute that requires that.
No.
Didn't they have like a beer tent like a few years ago?
Fair?
Yeah, it was at the fair. It was a fundraiser for the fair. I don't know what it was.
We have demolition derby or something? You
I
know,
don't recall.
It's been several years. It's been several years ago.
I was thinking that what they might have asked once, but they never did it.
We never give them a
Because
license.
they were going to have security, their own security over there.
I don't think
Because
anything ever. came
That
of
would have
it.
been back in 2012, which was for maintenance.
Oh, well, that's when I started as well, so I don't know. Maybe
Clark
before my
County is going to put a beer
time. I
tent
started in
in
October, so.
5-6
It
years
was
ago.
2010, 2011.
County fair.
I can't remember, but yeah, but they
Board
applied for something
One of
because
the
of,
businesses in Clark
there was going to
County.
be
They're making
off-duty
all that
cops that ran the security
fairs.
company.
Oh,
He
I
told
remember
them
that.
Yeah.
Put a beer
And they come in and
tent
talk to the sheriff to make sure that they weren't overstepping their ban
Nothing.
and stuff like that.
And he
That's been
donates a lot
A
to
long time
Cumberland.
ago.
Okay.
So,
He
anyway,
might say the same thing there.
Yeah, I don't, as long as, I mean, as long as
One of
they
his
come back to us on
employees is on the
something.
board at the fair.
I don't think anybody's going to complain about it, but
I have to ask.
you never know.
You can just tell them, hey, these are the requirements, and
That,
if they say, yeah,
he
we're gonna do it.
donates quite a bit over there. I mean,
Marty called me yesterday, too, was it today?
There's a 24 hours left. That's 2 days.
Yeah.
Think about already.
he called me, asked me about it, said, "Are you on the board?" I said, "Yeah." Started asking all stuff. I said, "Morning." I said, "Yeah, I'm a rookie this year." I said, "Calm down a little bit."
Okay, don't say beer, wine.
He said, "You don't
It's
know
a
that."
liquor, so I would say.
Yeah. I said, I really don't on that. No.
Okay,
Liquor consumption, so that means everything.
yeah, I guess it's a winery, I don't really have.
They probably don't.
They probably just have beer and wine. Yeah, I think she's one of them, beer and wine. Winery. Okay, guys, so I'll leave it at that, okay? I will try to get it straight with them and hopefully get that right. And we'll see you at the next board meeting. Okay,
Sounds good.
all right, that's all for that. Any other business at this time? Okay. I don't see any other business, so we will close the meeting. Okay?
Okay, so here's all of the ordinances. So, Ryan, Jeff,
the building needed to get done.
Push, push, push.
Well, she's getting tired of me telling where the limb went down through the roof and everything and busted her after. I've been telling everybody she just drove through the back of the garage.
I'm sure she appreciated that.
And that's what it kind of looks like. She just drove through it.
It's almost time.
Close.
Pardon? Get your stuff off.
Yeah, he's had a rough life. I did everything I could.
Because I personally had everything. And then stuff that I have to do, Taylor, I have to, but I'm not gonna. We got it off from Taylor. It's in Ray's shed right now. He's not turning his cottage fee from the first time in the 940 years. We cut it down here to a third or less. Anyway, it'll be all right.
These chairs get really comfy.
Are you ready?
Open meeting. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, prayer service now, prayer.
Pray with me. Father God, we come to you tonight. And we lift up this group that is in here in this room. Father, we pray as they discuss business that it's just, is so prevalent to those around us. Father, we pray for wisdom, for direction, for insight. But Father, also today, we pray with heavy hearts for folks around the country that are dealing with such devastation. May we always remember to be that compassionate people that we're to be as we think about Texas and all those lives that are lost. And God, I just pray today that you'll be with the families, and I pray that what you will do is you will just give comfort and peace. Father, give that wisdom and direction tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Roll call.
Blade?
Yes.
Brandenburg?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Knuckle?
Yes.
Winty?
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, next need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll move it.
Second.
Blade?
Yes.
Brandenburg?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Knuckle?
Yes.
Winty?
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Next need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on June 10th, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Who was that? John? Okay. Brandenburg?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Knuckle?
Yes.
Winty?
Yes.
Blade?
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, at this time, we have anybody for public comment?
I guess that's me. So I'm Sarah Ruhal, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm here really on behalf of the Village of Greenup to follow up on a conversation I think that started 2 months ago about the covered bridge. So I think there were some documents that were provided to the board maybe last month. And then there was meant to be some discussion about who we contact to get permission to do a cleanup day, and that kind of thing. So for those of you who don't know, in October, we'll be celebrating the 25th anniversary of the day the covered bridge opened to traffic. And so the village has a committee put together to help to commemorate that. We're trying to plan an event to commemorate that October 26th. But since there was such confusion about who's responsible for the maintenance of the covered bridge and all of that, I think the mayor came to this group a couple months ago, and then there were some documents gathered. I can't remember who they were shared with, maybe John Knuckle and possibly the state's attorney, but I'm not 100% sure. So I was just charged with the activity of coming and finding out what the result of that conversation was.
I think there was a thing where, wasn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I was talking to you, Dick, about it, that there's a thing where the state is supposed to be in charge of every bridge. So it should be, through the state, should be in charge of taking care and maintenance of that bridge. I don't know where it's at, I never did get a chance to look into it, but if the state's involved in it, I'd say somebody needs to get hold of, Chapin Rose or, Nemers again, to find out exactly where it's at, if it's in there or not.
Okay, so the documents from Adam Nemers' office about the county's responsibility didn't clear it up?
I think I gave the paper to you, Floyd, on it.
Yeah, it wasn't real clear, I don't think, so
No.
I don't know.
So, Brian, are you saying you haven't seen it?
I've not.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, at all?
Yeah, I mean, our idea is to have a cleanup day mid-September to prepare for this event in October. So we were trying to do our due diligence and make sure we didn't step on anyone's toes or have volunteers show up someplace and get in trouble for doing something. And then it just got real muddy. So that's what we're trying to determine here.
Okay. No, we can't do a whole lot, really. I don't know the answer to that. Okay. Okay, any other public comment?
My name's Scott Haney, local farmer. I find it very disrespectful what Earthrise Energy is out driving in our fields, tearing them up, talking about how much they're out to help our community, but yet they're out trashing farmers' property. I think you need to keep that in mind when you go to vote for this. Thank you.
Okay, Scott, thank you. Any other public comment? Okay. Seeing none, we shall move on to our guest. Any guests would like to speak at this time? Okay, seeing none, next order of business is need a motion to approve the liquor license for Muddy Bottoms Bar and Grill. We had a committee meeting before the meeting. And it's a renewal of their liquor license. They've had a license for several years. And everything looked in order. Their background check was in order and everything, all paperwork. No, that's right. That's one thing I want to speak. We do not have a background check back from them yet. So if it's not here, but so I want you to approve this liquor committee, this liquor license with the, upon receiving our background check. Okay, if we get a background check finished, then we will go ahead with it, but not until then. Okay. Everything else is there, everything but the background check. Okay. So,
I'll make the motion to approve pending background check clearance.
Second.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Holcomb.
yes. Okay, and thing also, we also need a motion to approve the video gaming license for Muddy Bottoms Bar and Grill. There, the paperwork's all in okay shape.
This has nothing to do with background check, does it?
They don't.
You have the liquor license usually first, so.
So the one for the liquor license probably covers for the video gaming. That's it.
Okay.
So is this voted on the assumption that it clears into, or?
Yes.
Same way pending, yes. So, but like I said, we discussed that at the committee meeting also beforehand, so. Everything else was in order, so somebody can make a motion.
I'll make the motion pending approval of, or clearance of the background check.
Second.
Knupple,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Bolton.
Yes. Okay, next order of business, discuss take action on parcel additions to Northwest Solar project. They've had some parcels to it. It was done at the public hearing held back June 17th. So they need board approval to add these parcels to the other rest of the project. We passed the other project, a different meeting, we passed the others.
And Glacier is the one that's
Coles moving, Coles coming.
Cole's Cumberland up
This
there.
is the old one.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
gotta be voted on the other. The original. Yes, somebody make this motion of any kind?
I'll make it.
Second.
Winty,
No.
Blade,
No.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Knupple,
Yes.
Bolton Gray.
Yes. Okay. Motion passed. Okay, next order of business. Discuss and take action on the site plan for Glacial Marine Solar Project. They also had a public hearing on June 17th. And as far as I can tell, all their permits needed or everything they needed. So for approval of this solar project has taken place.
You get one?
There you go.
You don't need one?
I don't know. Unless you just want me to have one.
Well, I want to make sure everybody realizes what we're losing if we lose 1,800 acres farm ground to this solar farm. I figured corn 900 acres and soybean 900 acres. The yields I used were our 10-year average. The corn was 235 bushel an acre and the beans were 72. The corn is 10,575 bushel and the beans is 3,240 bushel. That amounts to, that the price I figured was the cash price now. Most of the time it'll be more because the farmers tend to sell it when it's higher forward contracting or something, so it'd be a lot more. Your corn is worth $43,886,250, and your beans are $33,566,400. The total is $87,452,650. This is figured on a 50-year time period because that's way Earthrise figured theirs, even though they said mine only lasts 30 years, but they figured theirs for 50, so I figured mine for 50. And that $87 million is what the farmers are gonna get paid for their crop, and that's gonna stay most of that money would stay in the area. And your local co-ops don't have the crop to resell to make income. No fertilizer, seed, or chemicals purchased at the local co-op. The loss of wages and commission for employees that apply and sell fertilizer, seed, and chemicals This income would likely be spent locally. No sale of fuel in the area to the plant, to plant and harvest the crop. Loss of wages for farm employees. Loss of wages for employees of co-ops. That would make the corn and beans into feed for livestock. Brian, I didn't ask you, you gonna turn me down for economic,
You're a board member, you can say whatever you want.
Loss of wages for those who drive trucks to transport grain, and no parts purchased to fix the equipment that farm that 1,800 acres, and loss of wages for technicians fixing that equipment, and less new equipment purchased from local dealerships. And, you know, you guys gotta realize, we got another 1,600 acres gonna want to put in solar too. That's gonna double this amount. That's $87 million. You know, you put that up against the solar, the numbers they had, theirs don't look very damn good then.
Makes a difference. Makes a difference.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Is this 87 million, is that net or is that gross?
well, that's what you get for your crop when you sell it.
Okay, so it's gross.
This is no,
Expenses out of it.
there's no,
Government subsidy, government subsidy.
you want to get a word now.
You used them all up.
Yeah. You ain't no figured for, you know, cost of living, you know, what the years to come. There's just, today's current prices. You know, you put another 1,600 acres on top of that, and, you know, if we let one of these come in, you know, how many more is gonna come in? You know, I know it ain't by state rules that we can hold them out, but something's gotta be done. This is too much farm ground going with waste. We live in a wasteful society, and this is one example.
Good Lord, ain't make no more dirt.
I'll make a comment.
Yeah.
Most of this money in return, farmers fight each other enough. But this money is gonna get spent on fighting farmers again, because they're gonna take this money and run up somebody's rent, go buy ground. It's hard enough for young kids to get started, much less taking these acres out of production too. You know, we are an ag community. We don't live off, we got Bible solar panels for how long? Now we need them. Thank you.
Kind of waste of money.
But on the flip side of that, if you take this many acres out of production, it should drive the prices up for the ones that are still farming, and they should make a better living.
No, most of them acres go to Brazil.
Then you got all your lost wages and everything, you know, you talk about them hundreds of jobs for construction, them are only gonna be for 1 or 2 years, and they'll be gone.
The solar panels
And you talk, they only had like 7, it was only gonna create 7 or 8 jobs, you know, for the whole life of the thing. That ain't nothing compared to what you're gonna lose on this. Somebody's gotta stand this up. I mean,
The issue
Very,
is,
very good point.
our hands are tied.
well, I know,
And I know, I respect everything you say. Our hands are tied because of what Springfield / Chicago tells us that we have to do, what we have to allow to do. And I feel for it, because I don't want to see I love seeing the open ground. I love to see the corn and the green beans throughout the year, and I love to see the prairie when it's done. There's nothing more better than that I don't want to see. But
you know, I don't wanna put the county under debt either by going to court or nothing, but somebody's gotta do it. You know, this is a different subject, but the one that Scott was talking about earlier, you know, Earthrise had a contractor coming in and doing surveying, just driving in the crop and not even telling the farmer that he's gonna be there. Granted, they're paying damages, which is, I mean, the damages they're paying is more than sufficient what damage they've done. But you guys got all your checks sent out for damage?
Haven't got all the papers turned in yet, how many acres we have people.
How you gonna pay them guys that don't turn a claim in because they don't know you was on there because you didn't tell them? You gonna pay them, how you gonna pay them?
I don't know if they don't tell us for damage, I don't know how we.
Well, how the hell are they supposed to know that damage when you didn't even tell them he was gonna be in there? And they don't live by their field. All the guys that I talked to, their neighbors told them that you guys was in there. They didn't hear from nobody else, but their neighbors told them. They didn't know they was in there until they got told. You guys do not respect farmers' property, their crops.
We've given that consultant multiple times of instructions to contact everybody beforehand. They have not listened, that's our fault, but we have ended their.
Okay, I talked to you, that day I talked to you, you said you was waiting on a phone call from them, and you was gonna tell them about it. The next day, one of them got reported to me that happened the next day.
Yes. That
Is this gonna happen all the while you're working on the solar panels? The companies ain't gonna listen to you and do what the hell you want and tear the shit all up and not respect nobody or nothing?
No, we don't. That consultant has been removed from site. We're not working with them again.
You know, you guys lack respect, and you can't, money don't buy respect. You know, I think my opinion of this company is you're a big company and you got some damn much money to blow. You don't care what it takes to get the job done. You know what one remark was from one of the guys that he was gonna damage check you from you was? He said, it's almost scary how much money they're throwing around. And you know, a lot of this money is our money because you're getting taxpayers' money. We want it spent more wisely.
Yeah, very good point.
Any other comments from anybody? Well,
Well, this paper right here puts it more in perspective.
yeah, we should have brought that up in a public hearing.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. There was somebody mentioned it to me in the FSA office about it. Nobody ever said what it's gonna hurt, you know, taking the 1,800 acres down.
So according to the state of Illinois in Springfield, we have to let the solar panels in, right?
Yeah,
They
You
meet.
can't stop them.
If they meet the requirements that are set forth in front of them, our hands are tied on it.
It's their property, the landowner's property, basically.
I agree with that.
yeah, but like I said at the hearing, I don't care if one landowner wants to take his ground and personally put solar panels on and sell it to the grid, fine, it's his ground, he can do what the hell he wants, but these commercial companies don't need to be taking all this damn ground. They can go be more conservative and get the mediocre ground.
Okay.
I don't know what would happen when we go this down.
We get sued. Statute says if they meet the requirements, it shall be approved. I don't think anybody's ever shot it down on.
You want to be the first, don't you?
You guys will have to have outside counsel to fight that one. So.
Oh, you will?
Oh, yeah. Not my wheelhouse.
I know, guy.
So if we give them their 650,000 back, you know, tell them not to sue us.
Do whatever you want, Tim.
Hold on, Tim. Well, let's see, put up for vote, see who votes which way, okay, folks? No one make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Blake? No. Brandenburg?
No.
Layton?
Yes.
Knuckle?
Yes.
Wendy?
No.
Oldenburg?
Yes. Motion failed, right? All right. Next order of business. Okay, we need a motion to ratify agreement with road use agreement with Glacial Marine.
Did you already sign that?
been signed, right? So we don't need to,
Or you might as well ratify it. Put it on your agenda.
it's on the agenda, so let's vote on it. Ratify the road use agreement with Glacier Marine Solar Project.
Motion.
Second.
Brandenburg,
No.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Lindy,
No.
Blade.
No.
Holcomb.
Yes. Motion failed. Okay, next order of business. Discussion, take action on amending the solar ordinance, our local solar ordinance.
No, we should do that.
You passed the
Sure, the
page.
camera.
You missed
What we
it.
changed.
Oh, that's right, that one, I wasn't at that. Okay, sorry about that. Need a motion to approve the contract with DevNet for the CMA license.
5-year contract, and it's for the sketching program that the assessor's office uses.
I'll move that.
Okay. Second,
Second.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, now, need a motion to discuss and take action on amending the solar ordinance. We made had a solar committee meeting last week or two, and made some changes at the solar ordinance. First, we did remove the reference of permit, which I mean, the permit changed that lettering throughout the whole ordinance. And let's see, our solar ordinance we start with, I'll go through and try to get a quick view. Site plan required along with application fees, that's basic, okay. And our liability insurance required with limits of $5 million per insurance. County officers appointed elected officials, including attorneys, general agents, for the county officials, affiliates, and all affected road agents and their officers appointed and elected officials. They shall be included as additional insured on the insurance certificate, endorsement, and policy for all aspects of the project. The applicant shall file the original certificate of insurance with the county board in following the site plan. That's one change. Decommissioning. Cumberland County shall require the posting of a bond, letter of credit, or the establishment of an escrow account to ensure the proper decommissioning. This shall be required prior to the approval of application for the facility. And on the last part, any expenses necessarily incurred by the county shall be taken care of. So that's the changes for the solar ordinance. Somebody want to make a motion to that effect?
I'll make it.
Second.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Now need to discuss and take action on wind ordinance. It's pretty well the same. Let me go through real quick, like, change the word permit for the entire site plan required along with the application fee rather than permit. Our decommissioning, the Cumberland County boards are required to posting a bond, letter of credit, or the establishment of an escrow account to ensure the proper decommissioning. So that's in the decommissioning clause, so that's the other change. That's basically the only change to that. So, make a motion to that effect.
Make motion.
Second.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Next, discuss take action on amending the big battery storage ordinance. Basically, took permit out of the ordinance. And then we come to site approval, what else we do Okay, come to the fees on page. Citing fees and requirements. The system shall be required to have approval from the Cumberland County Board before any work on can be started. Written plan and a plat drawing for the proposed battery energy storage system shall be provided with the siting application. That drawing must show the location of the system on property on all property lines and setback within. Citing approval fee of $25,000 will be due. Fee for processing shall be submitted. Okay. Okay, the fees enumerated in this ordinance are applicable for the battery application, whether or not the battery project applied for is attached to any other project including but not limited to a clean energy project. So this is on that. And the siting fee shall be basically no changes there. You're right. Signing approval, let me see, there's one other thing I think. Yes. Having any of these permits. Basically, that's it. I think, pretty well, okay? So that is the battery storage system. Anybody will make that ordinance, motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yeah.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, Bev, what do you got next?
I just need a motion to approve the county clerk and tax redemption reports for June of 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Jenny Meyer?
I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report for June 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
And last thing I have is just informative. First installment of taxes are due for real estate on Friday, July 11th, which is this Friday. That's it.
Richard Murray?
I just need a motion to approve the June 2025 highway bills in the amount of $109,538.27.
Second.
Who moved it?
Janet.
Yeah, did.
And who seconded?
I did.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
That's it.
That's all that, okay, Sherry Groder not here. Rhonda Wilson not here. Mackenzie Easton not here. Steve Maroon is not here. Ryan Robbins, got anything? I do not. Jonathan Braden's not here. Jennifer Phipps, nothing? All right, thank you. Alyssa Gray, not here, is she, or not? Okay, Alyssa Gray. 911 representative, anybody around for that? Don't think so. Okay, next is Troy Camper, what do you got?
I believe Beth gave everybody a copy of the animal control ordinance. Page 3, section 20, part D. I would like to make an amendment where it says the pet shall be euthanized at the owner's expense. I would like to change that shall to may be euthanized. We have some discretion. Every situation in the right case is different.
That's the only change went down, that's the only change.
Yes.
From shall to may be used, okay.
Motion.
I'll second.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Hockenbrink.
Yes. That all, Troy?
That's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, up next is Mike Black.
Another busy month for the ambulance. Again, there was 30 runs, one a day average. I think you took a ride there last month, didn't you? I'm glad you're here amongst us. Okay. Was it comfortable?
It was.
Dang, very comfortable ride in.
They are all covered.
I've never ridden in one, but I assume that'd be nice in case you need one. There was, out of 30, there were 12 Medicares, 3 Medicaids, 4 intercepts, 5 refusals, 4 private pays, and 2 TBAs. That's to be announced. That's what the hospital's got to announce what they're going to be, but a total of 30. A couple things happened with the ambulance this month. They got approved for the IPRF grant,
That
so.
was workman's comp, because we have no claims. We got $1,600.
Okay. But we also had a breakfast fundraiser, which was a great success.
$1,392.
That was profit over and above expenses. Okay, so that was a big help too as well. Okay. My good friend Kyle Lewis is back on board again after he had his tubes retied and back in place again. The next thing on the agenda is the contract, and the contract normally runs from September to September, but we're going to ask if we can change it to August. And the reason why is that extra money that half of that contract that could be paid out from the first installment is really needed right now. And so if we can go and each year have it, due for August 1st, Jenny and I and Beverly had already discussed all this, and they say there's no problem with doing this, that the first installment's due July 9th. Is that right, Jenny?
July 11th.
Okay, July 11th, and she could have it all put together and paid out by August 1st. Okay, so one of the things we want to do with the contract is just change the effective date to the 1st of August. The second thing is the page 2 and page 3 of that contract has a loaded dollar sign per mile, and it's going to be changed to $35, which is going to line up with Green Up. That's what they're charging. Neoga's a little bit different, but that's going to help with the charges and hopefully generate a little more income too as well. Okay, so those are the 2 things on the contract, trying to get it for an August 1st effective date and the $35. That's the 2 changes, and of course we need to work on tonight. We need to get the motion and get it approved. Okay.
I'm not good. So we need a motion to approve this, in this contract.
I'll make it.
That's going to, wait. That's going to include the changes of the $35 per loaded mile.
Yes. I
Okay.
did have that.
From 18 to 35.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
You're good. Okay, so Sean made a motion.
John?
Yep.
And I second.
Second.
Blake?
Yes.
Brandenburg?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Knuckle?
Yes.
Minty?
Yes.
Hockenbrink.
Yes. Okay, next, we need a motion to ratify payment of the manual bills for June in the amount of $38,816.15.
Motion.
Second.
Brandenburg?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Knuckle?
Yes.
Winty?
Yes.
Blade?
Yes.
Hockenbrink.
Yes. Okay, next, I need a motion to approve payment of invoices in the amount of $50,038.47.
Motion.
Second.
Janet? Layton?
Yes.
Knuckle?
Yes.
Winty?
Yes.
Blade?
Yes.
Brandenburg?
Yes.
Hockenbrink.
Yes. Next on your motion to ratify payment of payroll number 12, in the amount of $112,432.92.
Motion.
Second.
Knupple,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Rainbird,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Next need a motion to ratify payment of payroll number 13 in the amount of $109,234.18.
Motion.
Second.
Winty,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Rainbird,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Knupple,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, next I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Hang on, real quick. Want to let you guys know, the voting no to shut it down, it's not to let them in, it's if they made everything specific with, I don't like solar as much as the next guys, as much as you guys. But if they met the ordinance, that's the big thing. Vote no, it failed, gonna get sued. It's not our money, it's taxpayer dollars that's gonna be taken if we lose it. Because like Brian said, we're gonna have to hire somebody outside. There's more taxpayer dollars that we are blowing on that because we don't like them. I get it. If they met the ordinance, they met it. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at
It's not
business wise
that, it's
here.
not that we're approving them to
I
do it.
know.
It's that.
But it's
they're within
taxpayer
ordinance.
dollars. We are losing on this. It's just taking money from the people and voting no because they don't like something and giving it somewhere else.
I know, but the fact that what they're doing to the farmers now,
I get,
what they're gonna do down the line, the product is just starting and they have no respect for farmers now.
I get that, but they're already paying. It's people that have already leased the land. They're getting paid for it. It's their land. They're being paid for it. We're taking money now away from them. And also taxpayer dollars we're just blowing away because we don't want them in here. The grant, they met our ordinance. I'm looking at it as a business standpoint here.
I know, but I don't,
Now we're gonna get,
how do you do it though? I mean,
You have to go to
the
Springfield.
state don't always.
Yeah. And I get it. None of us like it. They've met what we're doing. And I hate taking taxpayer dollars and just blowing it because we don't want something. It's kind of bad to do. I'm almost saying if we can revote on this, because I don't want to lose taxpayer dollars on this and be in the hole big time. That's just taking money from one person and giving it to another. I don't see it right. I get it. We're losing land. I get it. God didn't make more dirt.
We're gonna get other ones to come in. What do you do then?
You let it go till they get enough electricity and they change their rates.
Yeah.
Or go to Springfield and stand on the thing.
Go Springfield and riot. But all I'm saying is I'm not wanting to get sued over this because and lose taxpayer dollars because we don't want them to come in even though they met our ordinance.
I guess I would look at it like this. This is a $600 million project. How much do you think they're willing to spend on attorneys?
They're gonna spend, just like you said, kind of scary that they're just writing checks. They're gonna have a lot of money to afford some damn good attorneys.
1% of that project is $6 million. You want to, I mean,
I was gonna say six, that sounds like it's gonna be nothing to be able to afford it. Hell, who knows, $1 billion thing, it's gonna take
We
every
just have
penny
to
we've
We
got.
have to push for legislators to do.
Yeah,
push.
that's where we
Well,
call.
Adam Nieberg is working on a bill that the counties are supposed to have more say so on if they're gonna come
And
in.
that's what we have to wait on.
I was gonna say, we gotta wait on it. Right now, I'm not wanting to lose taxpayer dollars. I'm not wanting to waste it. We were voted to look after the taxpayers, not just blow their money like this.
I don't wanna lose taxpayer dollars.
I know. Oh, trust me, I know what you mean.
Solar's just waste money.
It is, but they met our, that's the thing, they've met our ordinance.
They take 1,800 acres
Mhm.
and fully running, that 1,800 acres will not produce the same power that Newton does.
Right, but the thing is,
That's not for us to
that's,
decide.
I know.
that's the farmer. We're just shutting down people making money now.
It is, all them solar panels are is a waste of taxpayer money.
Mike, I can't even get them to not spread manure next to my house because it gets in my house and stays in my house for 3 weeks.
Mhm. Now, I don't know, it might be someone that doesn't like you. But all I'm saying is, I'm not
There's
gonna
nothing
get
I can
sued.
do
and
about
lose
it.
I know.
Farmers
I
are
can
still
hire an
making-
attorney, but I'm just gonna be,
Exactly.
that's what we're gonna be doing right now. That's my
And
point.
that's gonna be the big thing is farmers are still making money. It's their choice if they're wanting to lose that more money they're making renting it or farming it to sell it to the solar. That's their job. Our
Right.
job is just to make sure that they hit our ordinance that we've put in place. I'm not one, are we able to reopen this for
We've
discussion?
done it before.
I think we should do it and really think about this, that blowing taxpayer dollars.
Can I get some of you voters to change your vote to get this passed because,
Think of the taxpayers, is all I gotta
the
say.
county is kind of in hot
What's
water.
that called, Brian?
Maybe not. I don't know. You want to think that?
So that's not what we were put in to do, is lose taxpayer dollars because we don't
And
like.
I don't want to twist anybody's arm, but it's not that I don't respect your guys' opinion.
Right,
Because
it's
I know
just-
your opinion on it, and I know your
Yeah.
opinion
And
on
I've talked about it.
Yeah, I've heard what you said last time when I was sitting back there. I just don't want to take
it.
taxpayers,
It's
just here
nothing
you go.
against you. I mean,
Yeah,
you bring great points to the whole argument.
And
But you
now,
need to preach that to the neighbor farmers.
tell them, don't lease it, keep farming it, keep doing the American
Some
way.
of them are not even farmers, the people that even live around here.
And I
Exactly.
understand
Divide
that
up in
too.
About
and the
5 or
bad
6.
thing is, some of this ground, I'm gonna have to reroute my trip to Hazeldale just so I don't have to look at the ugly suckers.
Hey, that's more time away from the.
I
I
mean,
think it's a
just-
recall.
Hey, that's more time to get to be by yourself, listen to what you want to listen to. Instead of listening to people bicker at you.
I've shut my phone off.
Has to be
There you
by-
go, see?
by a losing party, so anybody who voted yay would be the losing party. So anybody who voted yay can ask for a revote, then you vote whether you're gonna revote, and then you revote. If I remember. It's been a while since I've done it. So John, if you're making a motion to revote, you can say, I'm gonna make a motion to revote.
I'm gonna make a motion to revote.
Somebody who wants to revote and second that.
I would second that.
And I'll take a poll, who wants to take a tally of who wants to revote.
Okay.
All right, hang on here. Okay, so. Janet? You want to revote?
I have to be the first one to answer.
Can we vote on the protest? Does that work?
I mean, put in a protest?
However you want.
That would work, yeah, that would. I give you permission.
So is it only count half then, not a whole vote?
All they need to
Did
have.
Janet vote? Did you
I
vote?
haven't heard yet.
Janet, you got to vote, one or not, yes or no?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mike?
Under protest,
Under protest, that's a yes.
yes.
Tim?
Same thing.
Todd?
Yes.
Floyd?
Yes.
Just so that's clear, that's a motion to reconsider.
That's what it was.
Motion to reconsider passes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you can re-vote on the original motion to approve their signing.
And that was that the glacier?
Glacier Marine, the one we did not pass.
We're gonna have to also do it with the road use agreement.
Oh, that also.
We're gonna have to, because we hit the same thing as that one.
Yes.
3 no's, 3 yeses.
I was thinking about that.
Okay.
We'll have to do the glacier first and then we'll redo it.
Okay, I need a motion to vote for, approve the site plan for Glacier Marine Solar. That's one. Need somebody to make that
I'll
motion.
make the motion.
Second.
Okay. John?
Yes.
Mike?
Yeah.
Tim?
No.
Todd?
Yes.
Janet?
No.
Floyd?
Yes. Motion carried, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I need a motion to, ratify the road use agreement.
You probably need to read.
Oh, I gotta read. Proper
Call
read.
that one, right?
Motion to reconsider.
Motion to reconsider the road use agreement.
By Todd, second by John.
Hold on. Todd and John. Okay. All right, so this is the motion to reconsider. Mike,
Yes.
Tim,
Reconsider.
the road use agreement, ratifying it.
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
Janet,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Floyd.
Yes. Motion carried. So now I need a motion to ratify the road use agreement with Glacier Marine Soil Project.
I'll make it.
Second.
Okay. Tim,
No.
Todd,
Yes.
Janet?
No.
John,
Yes.
Mike,
Yeah. Yes.
Floyd.
Yes. Motion carried, right? Okay, those two motions have both been passed. So after we consider, so anything else we need to talk about this meeting?
Make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
I ain't gonna be, go up to Legion and have a beer
Your
himself.
vote was no, you're in clear.
We're down
Gang that
one.
one.
Okay, we've got our motion. Blake? Brandenburg,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Knuckle,
Yes.
Winty,
Yes.
Coltenbrink.
Yes, meeting adjourned.
Put your vote in.